Anxiety is costing you more than you realize. Did you know that anxiety is costing you far more than you think? It's not just about sleepless nights or that gnawing feeling in your stomach. It's about the moments you'll never get back. Think of the quiet times with your family, those peaceful moments when your mind was supposed to be present but instead drifted elsewhere, consumed by worries. Reflect on the joy of a conversation you didn't fully hear because your thoughts were racing ahead to the what-ifs of the future. Or the opportunities you hesitated to seize because a voice in your head whispered, "What if it goes wrong?" What if I told you we've been approaching anxiety all wrong? For thousands of years, brilliant minds have been refining solutions that we're still overlooking. Over 2,000 years ago, a handful of ancient philosophers from Greece and Rome crafted ideas so profound and practical that they still resonate today. These thinkers didn't just acknowledge our fears, they provided a way to face them, reshape them, and rise above them. Today we'll dive into the wisdom of Stoicism, a philosophy that offers more than empty platitudes or simplistic advice. It's a philosophy built on the experiences of people who lived through some of the most challenging times in history: plagues, wars, exile, and political chaos. The Stoics knew anxiety firsthand. They understood its grip, but they also developed methods to loosen that grip and transform fear into a source of resilience and strength. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by your worries, know this: you're not alone. The Stoics stood where you are now, but unlike most of us, they discovered how to turn anxiety from a thief who robs us of our peace into a teacher who helps us live more meaningfully. So stick around, because what follows isn't your typical think positive or just relax advice. We're going to unpack some of the most powerful Stoic strategies for overcoming anxiety, techniques that have been tested and proven for centuries. Whether you're skeptical of philosophy or already a lifelong fan, this journey will challenge your thinking, push you out of your comfort zone, and equip you with practical steps to reclaim the present moment. Anxiety is timeless. It's easy to think of anxiety as a modern plague, worsened by endless emails, social media notifications, and the fast pace of contemporary life. But anxiety isn't new. It's as old as humanity itself. Imagine our ancestors huddled around campfires listening for the rustle of predators in the bushes. Their anxiety wasn't misplaced. It kept them alive. Fast forward to today, and while the dangers we face may be different, our bodies still react in much the same way. The Stoics understood this. Philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus faced their own unique challenges, but they recognized that anxiety is a shared human experience. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful men of his time as Emperor of Rome, ruled during the Antonine Plague, a deadly epidemic that killed millions. Despite this unimaginable pressure, he left behind writings that continue to guide us. In his private journal, now known as Meditations, he often reflected on his fears, showing us that even emperors weren't immune to anxiety. What the Stoics realized is this: while the specific triggers of our worries may change, plagues then, deadlines now, the core of anxiety remains the same. It's our response, not the events themselves, that defines how much power anxiety holds over us. This timeless perspective is liberating. It shows us that we're not alone in our struggles. Anxiety isn't a failure unique to us. It's part of the human condition. And because anxiety has existed for thousands of years, we can draw on timeless wisdom to navigate it today. Learning from the Stoics. The stories of the Stoics aren't just historical curiosities. They're living lessons. Consider Marcus Aurelius again. As emperor, he dealt with constant military invasions, political conspiracies, and a plague that ravaged his empire. Yet his writings reveal a man deeply committed to remaining calm and rational in the face of chaos. One of his guiding principles was to focus on what was within his control: his actions, thoughts, and character. Everything else, whether the plague spread or political rivals plotted against him, was something he chose to accept as outside his power. Then there's Seneca, a Stoic philosopher and advisor to Emperor Nero. Seneca's life was filled with stress and danger, living under the volatile and often cruel rule of one of Rome's most infamous leaders. Yet Seneca's writings emphasize the importance of preparing for life's difficulties in advance. He encouraged the practice of premeditation malorum, or the premeditation of evils. By imagining worst-case scenarios, Seneca believed we could reduce the shock of misfortune when it struck. His advice was not to dwell on negative outcomes, but to recognize that they are survivable. These examples teach us something profound. Anxiety and adversity aren't new. They've been part of life for millennia. And because they're universal, the solutions the Stoics found are just as applicable today as they were in ancient Rome. How Stoic principles can help today. 1. The dichotomy of control. One of the most famous ideas in Stoicism is the dichotomy of control popularized by Epictetus. The concept is simple. Some things are within our control, while others are not. The Stoics taught that we should focus our energy only on what we can influence and let go of the rest. Take a work presentation that's making you anxious. You can't control how your audience will react, but you can control your preparation, effort, and attitude. By concentrating on these, you not only reduce anxiety but also improve your performance. When you apply this principle consistently, life becomes less overwhelming. You stop trying to control the uncontrollable and start focusing on what truly matters. 2. Premeditation malorum. As mentioned earlier, premeditating on potential misfortunes may seem counterintuitive, but it's a powerful tool. For example, if you're anxious about losing your job, imagine what you would do if it happened. Would you update your resume? Reach out to your network? Create a budget to manage expenses? By mentally rehearsing these steps, you transform the unknown into something manageable. This practice doesn't just reduce anxiety, it builds confidence. It reminds you that even in the face of setbacks, you're capable of responding effectively. 3. Daily reflection. The Stoics were big proponents of journaling. Marcus Aurelius's Meditations is essentially a diary of his thoughts and reflections. This daily habit helps you review your actions, identify areas for improvement, and gain clarity on your emotions. In today's fast-paced world, taking even 5 minutes to reflect on your day can be transformative. Write about what went well, what didn't, and how you handled challenges. Over time, this practice will help you identify patterns in your thinking and develop greater emotional resilience. 4. Reframing anxiety. Anxiety often stems from how we perceive a situation. The Stoics teach us to challenge and reframe these perceptions. Suppose you're anxious about a job interview. Instead of seeing it as a potential disaster, view it as an opportunity to learn and grow regardless of the outcome. By changing your perspective, you shift your focus from fear to curiosity and possibility. Practical Stoic exercises. 1. Morning and evening rituals. Start your day with a brief reflection. Ask yourself, what challenges might I face today, and how can I respond to them calmly and rationally? At the end of the day, review your actions. What went well? What could you improve tomorrow? These rituals help anchor your thoughts and create a sense of control. 2. Physical reminders. Keep a small token, like a ring or bracelet, inscribed with a Stoic quote or symbol. These physical reminders can help you return to Stoic principles during stressful moments. For example, if you're feeling overwhelmed, glancing at a bracelet engraved with amor fati, love of fate, can remind you to embrace life as it is, not as you wish it to be. A path to peace. Anxiety will never disappear entirely, but it doesn't have to control your life. By incorporating Stoic principles into your daily routine, you can transform anxiety into a tool for growth and resilience. These ancient ideas offer practical strategies for modern challenges, reminding us that peace isn't found in eliminating life's difficulties, but in learning to navigate them with wisdom and grace. So the next time you feel anxiety creeping in, Remember the Stoics. They lived through turmoil, faced uncertainty, and found ways to thrive. Their wisdom is a testament to the human capacity for resilience. And if they could find peace amidst chaos, so can you.